Hello everybody and welcome to the Friday Feedback Show 26th of June with me and Miss Barrett.
Hello everyone.
This week for a change we're going to start with CEDAR class. Now we've put home learning and in-school learning because some of it might be home learning obviously and some is in school. First piece of work, or the first two pieces of work I'm going to share, a work that people did for Mr. Evans' lesson when you were asked to write some letters to Boris Johnson about using palm oil. Now, Fatan and Lewis have just both written very persuasive letters that when I read them, I was persuaded. So I know Mr. Evans is thinking about printing these out and sending them, so hopefully he will choose some of these as well. But I just really liked the way they were written. And I like the way they were set out as well, very clearly. You can clearly see the different points in each paragraph.
They look very official.
They do.
Very serious, very formal, don't they?
They do. I thought that, absolutely.
Well done.
Second piece of work was done in school by Rio. And you may remember in, I think it was a reading task the other week, you were asked to write a letter to your future self. And I was really pleased with the way he phrased things in here, and I just like the way he wrote it. It was really, I'm Rio, I'm 10 years old, and you know, just explaining the situation he was currently in. I really like the way he did that.
So that's not formal. That's an informal type piece of writing.
It is, so it's almost a direct contrast to the letters we've just had to Boris Johnson, which was really quite good, actually.
It's just to the point. I love playing football.
Yeah.
You know, I love sports. Football's better though. You know, fair enough. I love his honesty.
Yeah, I actually do cooking, and after I wash the pots. Absolutely, I think it's great. Okay, and the next piece of work was English. Okay, this is a piece of writing by one of the girls in CEDAR class, and what really stood out was the way that every sentence, I think, is opened in a different way. We always talk to you about opening and starting your sentences in a different way, and this girl has done that. I think I haven't found two sentences that start the same way, but these ones I've highlighted I particularly like as we trudge through the rainforest. Although I had such fun, to my surprise.
Adverbials coming in there.
Yeah, and this one it's Wells one distracted the animals. Just the, you know, I just really like the way that she starts. And as I said, I don't think any of those sentences in that whole piece of writing start the same way, which is what we like to see, isn't it, Miss Barrett?
I think you're absolutely right. They've just disappeared. We split up this morning. Juan's arrow. I swear.
Yeah. I just can't see. I just think it's so well written, and that just shows you it's so nice not to have that repetition of sentence starters, and it can be done.
And it shows that the person concerned has also been listening to Mrs. Parry's adverbial phrase workshop, which was, I think, midweek, and because I can see a huge amount of adverbials here. So very well done to this young lady.
Very well done. Banyan class.
Banyan. Okay, so like you, Mrs. Ellis, I've been in school this week with a number of Banyan class pupils, but we've also been maintaining contact with those on email. So I get a deluge of wonderful pieces of work every day. And this young man, oh my goodness me, this is just one example of Amar's work. Now, Amar has really been getting on the case with regards to his English work, and every day we've got quality being submitted. Many pages of work, and clearly, having watched the tutorials, listened very carefully. So this particular piece of work was from last week, and it was summarising the main paragraphs of the model, the Waggle text. And I absolutely love the way that the first paragraph was done as an example by Miss Stray. And so Amar's clearly continued in the same vein, using the bullet points. But I like the way that bullet points have got capital letters at the start, full stops at the end, all the way through.
Not just notes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not just notes, but we're talking quality. Every event, everything that happened, every part of the plot, he's pretty much covered. There is an additional page where paragraphs 6 and 7, I believe, are also shown. But this is just a really good example of somebody who knows his text, the model text, and I guess when he comes to plan and write his actual piece next week, it's going to be amazing. He
Yeah.
knows what needs to be included. So really well done, young man. And the little arrowy bits and the highlights are just some feedback from me,
Yeah.
just to address. I guess I was being pernickety. Well done. Next up. Okay. Can I read this? Is that all right?
Read this? Yeah, go for it.
Dear Boris Johnson, my name is Sienna Chappell. I'm 11 years old and I'm writing to inform you of my opinion on palm oil causing deforestation. It's important to consider nature, saving animals' lives, instead of using trees to make palm oil, even though products can be made without it. Using products with palm oil may just be everyday life to us, but not to the poor animals who are losing their homes. So we can use products with palm oil, including chocolate, shampoo, crisps, and many more. Didn't know that, did you? Goodness
No.
me. It's your responsibility, Mr. Johnson, as Prime Minister, to not only look after us humans, but nature and animals. I am disappointed in your actions, and if I were Prime Minister, I would look out for nature and animals, making sure that they keep their natural habitat, their home, although I would be encouraging companies that don't use palm oil and encourage companies that use the oil to stop. Overall, palm oil can be bad in many ways, so let's stop it. If palm oil is not used, these poor animals can still have their homes, although we can enjoy our everyday products, but better with no palm oil. I hope you consider my point. Yours sincerely. No messing.
Very good. Excellent.
Jennifer for Prime Minister. Well done.
Absolutely. Very good.
Impressive. And next up, this is a lovely letter based on, I think one of your members of your class did a letter to their future self, and I believe you shared that earlier on. And what I love about this in particular is the second paragraph, and sorry it's not so clear to see some of the sentences, but there's a particular bit at the end that is very resonant at the moment and really important to remember in all this kind of craziness that we've been experiencing. It says, okay, so the letter is to my future self, and this is by Gala. And Gala sent this just recently with a lot of work that she'd been doing. Well done, Gala, and thank you. The first paragraph talks about what's been happening at the moment, starting with the terrible bushfires in Australia in January, and then how the coronavirus spread and everything's shut down and all that. And then the second paragraph talks about being positive, and in particular, the last sentence. She says, I also want to make sure of your education. Remember, Gala's talking to herself in the future. Make sure of your education. Just try to get the best good grades to accomplish your dream job.
Wow.
And I think, you know, isn't that something we all can learn from, whether we're in our dream job? We can all just do our best. Never forget we're always learning. And that's so important. Thanks, Gala. It's so nice.
Good. Yeah.
And
okay.
Ooh, you recognise that, don't you, Mrs. Ellis? Your hub.
I do.
Similar. Yeah. So what have we got here? We've got a before in the top left and then an after. So look at Banyan class, how it's changed everybody. But I thought you might want to see what it looks like. I think it was Amar earlier on in this week asked me on email, can you send me a picture of what class looks like now? So I sent him the picture of the one in the top left. But look, there's my hub members, Abbey campus children and Banyan class children mixing together. So isn't it fab to see? But also it's a huge change to what we're used to, but very well done to all the children who have been in the hubs this week and for many weeks, the Key Workers hubs. You're doing a fab job. Thank you to you, and thank you to all the staff as well. Very proud. Good stuff.
Okay, that's it then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for all your hard work, and keep sending work in from home. And in a couple of weeks, we might have some of your work on our Friday feedback show. Okay, so goodbye from me.
It's like a two Ronnies thing. And it's a bye from me.